Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. I'm filming this on New Year's Day. I hope you guys had a very healthy and happy New Year's Eve. It looked a little bit different for us this year. Honestly, not really for my household. We stay in almost every single year, so yeah. I don't really like New Year's. I don't know, I feel like it's so hyped up and then it's just a big letdown, so I just don't do anything. And I find I have the most fun that way. Anyway, I'm so excited for 2021. I'm really hoping that it'll be at least a bit of a better year than 2020. What the hell was that? That was just a shit show of a year. And yeah, this is the first video of 2021. How exciting. It's gonna be a fun one because we are going to be testing out the Colourpop Big Poppy collection. I got the entire collection. Colourpop sent it over. I'm gonna take my Fitbit off just because it drives me crazy in videos. And then I forget about it until I see it in the viewfinder and I'm like, whoa, that's ugly. What is that? It's kind of funny because I've been working on this video. It's inspired by Smoky Glow. It's the most forgettable launches of 2020. And I had this collection on my list that I was gonna talk about. And then as I was like brainstorming for that video, Colourpop sent it over and it came in my mailbox. This collection launched like a pretty long time ago, so I'm assuming that this collection got stopped at the border maybe, but it's here now, so we're gonna test it out. Even though it's a little late, I thought it still could be fun. It's just like warm neutrals. That's basically the entire collection, so I don't know. It's kind of boring to me if I'm being honest. It's supposed to be, I think, a sister collection to the Sunflower collection that they launched. The thing with the Sunflower collection though is they launched Super Shock shadows in that collection and they didn't with this one because these palettes are all matte, so I feel like Super Shocks would be like a nice combo, like a nice addition, so you could have your shimmer shades and then your all matte palette. At least I don't think they launched shimmer shades with it. Let me see, because sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. I was searching Big Poppy at Colourpop's website and I typed in Big Poopy. That's embarrassing. Yeah, so it looks like I got the whole collection. Okay, that's cool. I like when that happens. So what comes in this collection is the Big Poppy palette. As I showed you, it's just warm neutrals. I feel like with Poppy, they really could have done like some really beautiful vibrant reds and oranges, but alas, they did not. So warm neutrals it is. It comes with 2 powder blushes in these like bigger compacts. It comes with like a deeper terracotta and a lighter terracotta. They both have like some gold micro glitter in it. I don't know how I'm gonna like them. We will see. I haven't even as much as swatched any of this, so. And then the part of it that I'm most excited about, it comes with 3 lippy pencils in warm neutral shades, and it also comes with 3 corresponding lippy sticks. So that's really cool. I'm excited to try these out. So that's what I'm gonna try in this video. It also comes with a papaya face milk. I have a bunch of face milks from when I get these collections, so I'm just gonna save this one, I think, probably for a giveaway or maybe a gift or something. I don't know yet. And then it also comes with a shimmering dry oil. I never use these and I have so many in my drawer. So again, gonna keep this in the packaging. This is in the shade Peach Bellini. I'll just take it out so you can like see the color. So it's just like a light peach. Nothing too crazy. It has some gold glitter in it too. The papaya face milk. It just looks like this. What does it say it's even supposed to do? Boost of moisture for healthier skin, papaya enzymes, papaya oil, white tea. This formula will replenish and condition the complexion. Sounds kind of nice. I do like the face milks. I just have so many of them. So yeah, I'm gonna keep these 2 in my little giveaway pile over there. I have so many products because Colourpop keeps sending me duplicates. So I have so many products for giveaways. I'm gonna post them soon, but I'm gonna post them on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram. I'll put the link down below. I just need to save up some money to pay for shipping. So rent just came out today. It's January 1st. So just give me a couple weeks and I'll put those giveaways up. Anyways, that was the longest intro ever. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do arm swatches of everything, and then I will do a quick demo and I will apply all the lippies to my lips and everything, and we can kind of see my final thoughts once everything's applied to the face. So without further ado, let's get into the arm swatches. Okay, so first I thought we'd start off with the star of the show, the Big Poppy palette. I just want to say, first of all, I know packaging isn't that important, but like the artwork on this is so beautiful. I think that's how Colourpop gets away with doing so many launches, is their concepts and their artwork is just super beautiful. So this is what the inside looks like, and yeah, let's get started with some arm swatches. So the first shade here you might not be able to see super well because it kind of blends in with my skin tone. It is called Day Tripper and it is described as a matte pastel peach. Next up we have the shade Mellow, and it's described as a matte pale orange. It looks pretty similar to the first one, just a bit darker. Next up we have the shade Cali Love, which is described as a matte peachy red nude. And then we have the shade Floral Out, which is described as a matte burnt orange. Next up we have the shade Get Around, which is described as a matte vibrant tangerine. Honestly, I feel like it's pretty similar to the shade next to it. Next up we have the shade Dig It, which is described as a matte burnt pumpkin. Then we have the shade Flower Power, which is described as a matte burnt sienna. Then we have the shade Groovin, which is described as a matte chestnut brown. And finally we have the shade Wild Thing, which is described as a matte rich walnut. And that is the entire palette swatched out on my arm. Okay, so next up we have two powder blushes to swatch. So first we have the darker shade, which is called Out of Sight. I applied them with my finger, but I kind of sheared them out a little bit because that's typically how you would apply blush. This color is described as burnt sienna with flecks of gold. As you can see, that gold shimmer really shines through there. So then we have the lighter of the two blushes. This one is called Foxy, and this one is described as a peachy coral with flecks of silver. So those are the two blushes compared side by side. Okay, and now moving on to the lip pencils. This is the lightest shade, and it is called So Happy, and it is described as a mid-tone peachy nude. Then we have a bit of a darker shade. Then we have a slightly darker shade. This is Field Day, and it is described as mahogany. And then this is the last shade. It is called Petal Please. It is the darkest of the three, and it is described as a chestnut brown. So now moving on to the lippy sticks, we have the shade Fab, and it is described as a mid-tone peachy nude. I think that this is supposed to match the mid-tone peachy nude lippy pencil So Happy. Next up we have the shade Unreal, and this is described as a mahogany. And this is supposed to match the mahogany lippy pencil that's called Field Day. And finally we have the darkest shade, which is called Good Times. It is described as a warm chestnut brown, and it's supposed to match the deepest lippy pencil called Petal Please. Okay, so now that I have finished all of the arm swatches, I am going to apply these products to my face. I already have my base down today, which is kind of new for me, so I'm just going to jump right into the eyeshadow palette. This formula seemed really nice and it swatched really well on my arm, so I'm excited to test it out on the eye area. I feel like there's not a ton I can do with this palette. It's not super unique or anything, so let's just get into it. Let's just see where this takes us. I'm going to dip in first to the shade Cali Love. I'm just going to grab this on a Morphe E22. So I'm just taking this shade and I am applying it in my crease and bringing it up as my transition shade. The shade is like a little bit more of a vibrant orange than it looks in the pan. In the pan it looks a little more muted. There, just like that. That's a really nice formula. Next I'm going to go into this warm brown shade called Dig It. I'm going to pick this up on my Fenty Beauty 230 blending brush. I forgot to talk about brushes in my yearly favorites, but I'm fairly certain that this Fenty Beauty trio, I'm pretty sure this launched in 2020, and these are amazing. I love these so much. I forgot to talk about them, and I forgot to talk about skincare and my favorites too, because I have a couple of products there. But yeah, these Fenty Beauty brushes, they're amazing. So I'm just taking that shade and I'm applying it a little bit tighter into the crease. Oh, that really made things very orange. I mean, I guess I knew that's what I was gonna have to go for today, right? Then I'm gonna dip into this deep brown shade called Groovin', just on the same brush. And I'm just gonna apply this to the outer corner and bring it onto the outer lid. This formula is working very well for me, which is quite nice because the last couple Colourpop launches that I tried, the formula was not it for me. This is the Colourpop formula that I love. Super easy to blend. Lots of pigment, not a ton of fallout. Fallout doesn't bug me if the formula is good, but when the formula is dry and patchy and there's fallout, that's when I start to get annoyed. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the darkest shade called Wild Thing, just right here, and I'm just going to grab it on the same brush, but just a tiny bit, and I'm just going to place this on the very outer edge. Just kind of tap it so it doesn't get too out of control. Then I'm gonna take the lightest shade in the palette called Day Tripper, just this light matte peachy shade. I'm gonna grab this on my Fenty Beauty 220 Precision. Love this for packing on lid colors, so good. And I'm just gonna apply this to the lid. Just a really simple matte look. It's kind of why I wish they did some Super Shock shadows. It is nice to do an all matte look once in a while, but I'm just a really big fan of sparkle and shimmer, so that's just like a personal preference kind of thing. Next, I'm gonna go into the dark shade down here called Groovin'. I'm just gonna use this on a Stilazzi Dome Shader S222 brush, just on the very tip of the brush, and tap off all the excess. And I'm just gonna run this under my lash line. Actually, I'm gonna take the darkest shade, the shade Wild Thing. Just like that. And then I am going to take the shade Dig It, which is a bit lighter. It's our lighter crease shade. And I'm just gonna smudge it and kind of blend it out and just connect it with the upper part of my eyeshadow. Just like that. I'm gonna go do my other eye off camera and kind of complete the eyes, and I will be right back. Okay, so I finished off my eyes. I just added some mascara and a little bit of shadow liner. I also added some bronzer, and now I'm going to move on to the blushes. I don't know which one I want to use. I guess probably the lighter one. I think this one might be a bit dark for me right now. This one will probably be more flattering, but I don't love the fact that it has silver glitter instead of gold. I don't know, I just feel like this look is so warm, but let's try it anyway. So I'm using my Sigma and Jordan Liberty tapered dome brush. This was also one of my highlights of 2020. He sent this to me in PR. Like, who am I? I met him once and he was so nice, but I was so scared to talk to him. I just kind of sat there and stared at him like this. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm just applying it to the cheek. I meant to apply it more up here. I don't know why I did it so close to my apple. I wasn't really thinking, but whatever. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like the glitter. I don't know why Colourpop has to put glitter in all their blushes. You know, I just want like a glowy sheen or just something matte. I'm just gonna grab this Stilazzi S305 Duo Fiber Small Powder Brush. I'm just gonna kind of blend out around the edges. Yeah, I just feel like there's flecks of glitter on my face. I'll zoom you in to see if you can tell, but they're really small. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I would definitely pick a matte blush over something like this. It's not terrible. It's not like super glittery. I think you might be able to see it more on this side, maybe. The camera's probably not going to pick it up, but just know that the glitter does show up slightly. It's nothing crazy, but it's definitely there if you look closely. I do kind of like this color though. I feel like it's pretty. It gives me kind of like a sun-kissed kind of vibe. I just wish it didn't have the glitter in it. And then for highlight, I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Amazonian Clay Exposed Highlighter. I'm just using this on a Colourpop F11 brush. It still. I know it's kind of old news, but I'm also going to grab it on a Colourpop E5, and I'm just going to highlight the inner corner with this. I just need a little bit of sheen on the eyes, you know? Okay, and now I'm going to try on all three lips just to show you what they look like on my skin tone and stuff. I'm going to do the matching lip pencil and the lippy stick. So first off, I'll go lightest to darkest so it's easier to remove. I'm going to start off with So Happy and Fab. There's nothing like a fresh Colourpop lip pencil. They're just so like nice and sharp but still creamy. My lips are so dry right now. Don't mind that. I'm super dehydrated. And it's also the Canadian winter, so that probably has something to do with it as well. So I've outlined my lips there. I know they used to have like different formulas for the lippy sticks. I don't know if that's the case anymore because I couldn't find a designated formula. Kind of smells plasticky. I thought these used to smell good. They smell like the Luxe glosses, but like of a plastic Luxe gloss. I don't know. Okay, if my lips weren't dry, this would look really good, but since they are dry, It's looking a little cracky, but I like this color. It's just a warm peachy nude. It's not my perfect nude. It's a little bit brown for me, but I still think that it's very pretty. So again, this is the So Happy Lippy Pencil and the Fab Lippy Sticks. Okay, so next up, this is the shade Field Day. This is the mahogany color. And then this is the shade Unreal for the lippy sticks. The pencils and colors match each other like perfectly. I'm pretty sure you can purchase these as duos as well. So it's like a little cheap Kylie lip kit kind of situation. So this is the Mahogany Duo with Field Day Lippy Pencil and Unreal Lippy Sticks. And the last lippy sticks, this is in the shade Petal Please. I'm actually most excited for this duo. This is a look. Okay, and now we are gonna fill it in with Good Times Lippy Sticks. Oh, if you have dry lips, wow, that really accentuates the dryness that I have. I guess any bold lip will though. This is bold on me though, it might not be bold on everyone. I kind of dig this one. It's a statement for sure. I'll zoom you in though so you can see my dryness. You can see my dry, crusty lips. Just like on my bottom lip here, it's super dry and you can really see it. It really emphasizes the texture that I have. Okay, so now that I have tried all of the products on my face, I want to give a little roundup of the collection. Honestly, I like the collection more than I thought I would. I still think it's a little bit boring. It's not something that's super exciting, but I feel like this palette, the formula is really solid. And if you need like a matte, warm, neutral palette, this would be a good one because it's going to be affordable, packaging's pretty, formula's good. What else could you want, you know? It's not really for me personally because I have these colors in my collection like 1,000 times over, but I can totally see the appeal for other people. The blushes are kind of meh. If you like a little bit of a glowier, it's not even really a glowy blush though, it's got little flecks of glitter in it. If you like that in a blush, you'll like these. If you don't, maybe pass on these just because you can see the little flecks of glitter on your face. So the lippy pencils I really like. I am really excited to have these in my collection along with the lippy sticks. I think they're all really pretty colors. They're very warm. It just goes with the theme of this collection, but the formula on the lippy pencils is fantastic. These are a little bit dry, but I think they're supposed to be a matte formula. So I also just have super dry lips right now. I should have scrubbed them before this video. So I think if you do like proper lip prep, you'll really like these too. The eyeshadow palette is the best formula to, Jesus, that's hard to say. The eyeshadows are the best formula that I've tried from Colourpop from their last couple of launches. The formula on these is really solid. Very soft, lots of pigment, not patchy. So yeah, I really enjoy this. And there aren't any shades that are not intended for the immediate eye area. They're all eye safe, so that's cool. And yeah, I guess that's my roundup. I guess that's my entire video. Happy 2020. I'm so happy you guys are here. I'm really looking forward to busting out some fun new content, hopefully in the next year. I hope everyone had a safe, happy, and healthy holiday season. And yeah, I guess that's everything. Thank you so much for tuning in and thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out. If you don't, that's okay. I just really appreciate you being here. It really helps my channel out just by you watching, so thank you. Please leave any video requests in the comments down below and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.